We are back. But Sensei, today is a special episode of The Breakdown. You guys know we've been doing our TUF recaps every week, and Sensei has been whipping that behind for me. I'm down 4-0. 4-0. I'm Team McGregor down 4-0, bro. It's rough. But you know what's here to cheer me up, to brighten my day, Sensei? It's not you and your new tooth. It's definitely not that, because you keep that one on the low. But it is the nicest MFer in the game. He's fighting on July 29th in the UFC. Our first ever UFC fighter on The Breakdown. He is none other than Steven Wonderboy Thompson. What's up, man?
What is up, guys? Glad to be here hanging out with you.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
This is
yes,
the
sir.
greatest. This is the greatest karate ambassador. I just gotta say this to ever grace full contact sports. 100%. He is the GOAT, and like every karate studio across America, wherever, this man is the GOAT right here. Just gotta say
I appreciate it, man. I remember the first time I met you is you actually came to the gym. We got some training.
Yeah, I know. We did.
We got some sparring in. We got some good content. Me, you, and Sensei Seth.
Yes.
We had a good time.
You took it easy on my guy, though. You took it easy on my guy, right?
No, it's funny because he's like, I got a pulled hammy. So I'm like, all right. And then all of a sudden we start moving. He's like, that hammy got warmed up. That leg started flying around.
Oh my God. Dude, I heard it's bad. I had I like axe kick Sensei Seth in the head.
Jeez.
And ended up injuring it. I think it was before. Who was I fighting? I don't remember. Or I just got through fighting somebody.
Yeah.
But I ended up pulling my hammy like a week before. But I'm feeling good going into this fight, though.
Yes. We're going to get to it. We're going to get to that fight because I think it's a banger matchup. I think it's one to catapult you back into that title scene at 170. But we wanted to get you on today because I don't know if anybody knows this, because you're a superstar now. You know what I mean? Wonderboy Thompson, superstar of the year. Now, he was on last night, Sensei. We were going to do our TUF recap. And we decided, why not bring in a man that was on the actual episode?
Yes.
Wonderboy, I have to ask you, you were with Conor McGregor in Vegas for episode 4 of The Ultimate Fighter. I know it was a very short season, so you probably had some limited time down there, but we just wanted to know kind of what your experience was training with Conor McGregor. We know you've been a big fan of his for a while.
Yeah, man, it was awesome. And to be honest with you, I wasn't in Vegas to actually be on the TUF show. I was out there. This was like maybe a month or two after my Kevin Holland fight. And we were out there doing me and Kevin Holland were doing a Jose Cuervo commercial.
That's right.
Oh, the commercial.
Yes. That's a dope commercial, by the way.
It is.
Yeah, thank you. And the reason they wanted that, because we were actually having, pretty cool conversations out there in the actual fight. So they were like, hey, it makes sense. So let's have these guys kind of do the same thing.
Yeah.
And, they're a sponsor of the UFC. So I was out there with my management, Audie, Attar, my buddy Matt, Matthew Long. And, of course, Audie manages Conor McGregor.
Right,
we run by the the same management company. And to be honest with you, Conor is actually, I guess you could say, kind of my manager. I know he owns a percentage of it. So
Paradigm, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Some of that purse ends up going into Conor's pocket, probably.
Wow.
But I was getting ready to head back home. And we were at the UFC PI, and Conor's back there getting a massage. And I kind of walked through the PI, and Conor's like, yo, what's up, Wonderboy? I was like, where's this coming from? And I'll turn around. Conor's over here getting a massage. And he's like, come over here and chat with me, man. So I'll go over there and just hung out for a little bit. And we left from there, and we went to a little Italian restaurant, right? Get a call from my manager. Was like, hey, Conor wants you to stick around for the next few days to be on the TUF, be a coach on the TUF show. I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, let's make it happen, my man. And that's kind of how it started.
For sure.
I saw that clip today of when
the massage deal.
Yeah, and I was like, wait, was this before or after? But that makes more sense.
Sometimes they put some of the best stuff. They put some of the best stuff on the after TUF episodes. I'm so baffled by that. They put some of the best conversations. Conor's there like getting his massage, and he's like, what's up, Wonderboy? He's like talking. He's like doing the whole thing. I'm like, why was this not on the actual episode? But
I know.
Sensei, you've trained with Wonderboy. I'm sure you've seen him do some coaching as well. Can you speak a little bit about what those fighters got to experience with him in Vegas for the short time he was there?
Yeah, on the show it was great to see Conor talk about your distance management, and I knew it was going to be footwork. I knew right away. I was like, I want to see how they move, and I could see. My favorite part was seeing Conor how engrossed he was and trying to soak up everything he can. That's what I want to know. When you're working with Conor. We know that we've changed the style. All of us love the karate stance, Conor.
Yes.
Right. What did you see from Conor? Did you see that kind of that style? Does it look like he wants to be moving in and out again?
100%, man. You know, the Conor McGregor that I love to watch is the Jose Aldo Conor McGregor, right? Yes. Where he has that karate style. And I talked to him about that. I was like, have you ever started, karate before? He said no. He said that he trains with Gunnar Nelson, who's also another karate guy, same movement. And he said, I just fell in love with the movement. And then he got into the boxing and kind of became more of that kind of a boxing style, kind of standing and plodding forward, and kind of lost that movement. But the Conor that I saw that weekend was the Conor of old. You know what I mean? The hitting the movement, the bouncing on their toes. And it's something that karate brings to the table. It's the fundamentals of karate that I guess makes us stand out more than other arts. It's a different style. It's a very awkward style that most people aren't used to seeing. The in and out, the distance management, the switching of the sides. Most fighters don't switch sides. We have more weapons in our arsenal in the fact that we can switch sides and throw our opponents off. But in karate, it's about the distance management, right? It's about closing the gap. If I can stay outside of your striking range, of course, this is obviously the theory, and sometimes it always doesn't work.
Right.
Obviously, been knocked out, but was it Anthony Pettis put me to sleep? But it's different. If the goal is to hit you without getting hit, right? And I think that's why I'm in the game at 40 years old. And
that's so crazy to think, man.
Insane.
40.
40.
You look. I look older than you. Well, no, I know, but that's like silver fox, man. Come on, I'm 30. I just hit 30, and I look older than you. That's crazy. How you keep yourself in such good shape all the time. It's insane.
And I was gonna say 40 as a striker.
Right?
Yeah, it's the style. 40 as a striker, because most people who are older in the game, you got a high level grappler or wrestler who can kind of slow the fight down, work against the cage, and kind of use that old man game. But you're a striker, bouncing in and out on his toes, right?
Crazy.
Using that game at 40. It's a testament to the style, like you're saying.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, the goal is to not take damage, right? And the UFC is full of guys who fight like rock'em sock'em robots, will just plod themselves to the middle and just take punishment,
Thanks.
And that just, for me, I love to compete. This is a lifelong, this is my life. So I want to be able to do this till the day I die. And, and just being in the martial arts. Now, I wouldn't say competing. I will do it as long as my body will let me, or when my coach says I'm done. Right. He knows me more than I know myself at this point. But it's helped because, taking less damage and with this style. So, at 40 years old, I feel like I'm still as fast as I was before. My footwork has gotten better, relying more on my timing. I mean, I don't know if you saw the last fight with Kevin Holland, who's a monster.
So tough.
And so, I'm still keeping on, man.
Yeah. So we talked about, your time with Conor and what he kind of picked up from you. What did you pick up from Conor there as far as like anything obviously you don't want to say too much about stuff coming up with your fight, but anything you could put in your arsenal? What do you like that he does in training?
Man, it's when I've trained with a lot of champions, man. George St. Pierre, Rashad Evans, Nate Marquardt, Anderson Silva, Lyoto Machida, Chris Weidman, Matt Serra.
Rolling them.
These are the guys.
Throwing them out.
The biggest thing that I pick up from these champions, especially from Conor, is mindset, right? They have all the skills in the world to be, and that's, you can just watch them fight and see that's what they have. But it's about the mindset, I think, that sets them apart from everybody else. Yeah. Like in Conor, when I look at him, he truly believes that he can beat anybody in the entire world, right? There's no day off with any of these guys that I've trained with. There's a lot of guys, especially at the highest level, I've seen myself, because they're feeling a little down or feeling a little tired, they come up with excuses why not to come in the gym and train.
Right.
With these guys, no excuses. There's always something that you can do to get out there and train. And these guys put themselves in such uncomfortable situations that being out there in the octagon, they're used to it. They're comfortable with being uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what I take away the most, I think, when I train with these champions, is how is their mindset? Yep. And for Conor, nobody can beat him. Nobody can beat him. And in his eyes, in In his mind, he is better than anybody in the room, right? And
Always.
he sets that presence as soon as he steps in that in that room, and as soon as he starts coaching, nobody can beat me, man. Nobody can beat me.
I love that. I love it. I saw a clip, and I could have been fooled because I saw you were reacting to it. When you and Conor were training, did he hit you on accident?
No,
Okay.
It looks like it. I guess I'm good with the.
Yeah, you're good with the thing. Yeah. I was like, oh, snap. Did he get caught with that? No. Okay. So you rolled with it. Got you.
Yeah, I rolled with it, man. And I don't know if you remember, I did a session where I worked with some of the guys. Yep. And some of the guys had just got done fighting. So there wasn't a whole lot I could do with them. They were kind of banged up.
Yeah.
So I just worked on, like I said, footwork, which most people don't do. But then the next day, Conor was running the class. So I'm like, oh, this is going to be sick, man. Like, so I was just kind of just trying to soak up as much as possible watching this guy. And he was fired up, man. Fired up.
Seems like every time you see him in there, he is. He's just,
I know,
sing a song in your head, lads. We'll hit our phone, mate. Like, he's just going crazy. It's wild.
Dude, that was like a perfect Conor McGregor.
Oh, dude. What you don't know, Wonderboy, is we do this every episode. I throw one in at least every episode. So I'm working on it.
He's just straight Conor.
You guys are actually working to fight and be world champions. I'm working on a world championship accent. That's what I'm doing.
There we go.
But speaking of Conor's presence, and a part of me was like, a part of me when he asked Wonderboy on, I'm like, I think he might be trying to size Wonderboy up because he's a bit bigger now. I heard you guys talking about the weight. I'm like, he might be in that weight class, and people have talked about a Conor and a Wonderboy. So I'm like, I gotta ask him, right?
That's the thing.
Have you thought about that?
Ooh. I mean, yeah. I mean, I have. I've actually, I think it's been years ago. Put it out there on social media, obviously the nicest way I can.
Yeah.
But it just never it just never happened. I mean, Conor McGregor, he's big for his weight, for sure.
Yeah.
Is he a natural 170? No. I mean, you got guys out there walking over 205, 210 pounds.
Yeah.
I know guys that cut from 230 pounds to 170.
Yeah. Crazy.
It's just a different weight class, man. Yeah. I mean, we're used to seeing Conor McGregor this
it's a full
size.
Human.
Yeah, bro. And then you see him now. He looks a lot bigger. His big neck, shoulders. And he also knows how to make himself look a lot bigger. You know what I mean?
Facts, yeah. Yeah,
he's like a wrestler now.
We took a picture together, and we were like in a karate stance, and I see him inching forward a little bit. You know what I mean? And when I look back and looked at the picture, I'm like, bro, he looks massive. What the heck? How did he do that? He didn't look that big standing next to me, but he just kind of knew how to inch forward a little bit, make himself look big, But dude, the guy's a phenom, man. I mean, a mental just giant. And if you step in the room, I don't care if you're a lawyer, if you're a doctor, he's gonna size you up. No matter if you're a fighter or not. He is sizing you up.
Because I know I heard him. He goes, "So what are you weighing at now?" He's just asking you, like,
"What's the weight? What's the weight?
What's the weight now?" I was like, "Oh yeah, there we go, there we go."
So I would love it, man. I would love, obviously, who wouldn't want to fight Conor McGregor at this point?
Of course.
Right? But being a coach and be able to hang out with him, I have just a ton more respect for the man and for the martial artist himself, and not just as a martial artist, but to be able to see him around his kids, around his honey, and man, it's cool, man.
Heck yeah.
You get to see the actual him.
Yeah. When the cameras go off, Conor's the man. Talk to me about, speaking of the weight, obviously you're coming back July 29th. You, Michelle Pajeda, that's a banger of a fight, man. And
Thank you.
That guy, it almost seems like he doesn't know what he's going to do when he steps in the octagon. For people that don't know, this man's doing backflips off the cage. He's holding open hand slaps. He's got a lot of things in the arsenal. How do you prepare yourself for a guy like that who, quite frankly, you don't know if he knows how he's going to fight?
Yeah,
exactly. That's why I like this fight, because he comes from a karate background. Has done some capoeira as well.
Yeah.
It makes sense. This makes more sense now.
Which is going to make this fight that much more exciting, right? Yeah. I don't know what he's going to do. I can watch other fights he's been in and kind of seeing what he's thrown, but how do I know, right? He's so sporadic and throws different stuff from different angles and different sides. That's why I love the fight game, and that's why I like fighting guys like him, because I'm going to have to adapt when I'm out there. I can do all the studying and watching footage, but it all depends on me stepping out there and adapting in the moment.
Yep.
And that's why I love this game so much. You know what I mean? It's that chess match. So fighting a guy like him who is very good on the feet, he doesn't mind shooting and trying to take you down.
Yep.
He's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as well. But wherever the fight goes, man, I'm gonna be prepared for it. And people are looking at me now as a veteran. And when I hear veteran, I think of old guy.
Old guy, yeah.
And that makes me mad.
Savvy.
It just pisses me off. I'm not old at all. I feel like I'm 25, man. And I feel like I can keep going. But, you know, my goal is to prove to these guys that I'm still here. Steve Wonderboy Thompson's still in the game, you know?
Top of the game.
I'm going to go out there and give it. That's
For
right.
real.
And I tell everybody, you know, every time I step out there, it's like the old 300, man. I'm either coming back with my shield or I'm coming back on it. So,
Jeez, buddy. I like it.
Man.
But
talk about that real quick, though, because so many fighters, you talk about you feel 25 and you're 40 and you're a full contact, you know, fighter at the highest level. I think the biggest, a lot of talk now about like the training. So I feel like it's not the fight so much; it's more the training that wears guys down. And obviously, you can, you know, I assume that, but you could talk about that a little bit because I feel like maybe it's the way guys overtrain. Is your training different than most other fighters? Your sparring and just the way that you train to keep yourself healthy.
Yeah, 100%, and it's definitely in how you train. You know, everybody sees the fight, but what actually breaks you down is the training, which is why I've had so many, you know. Here recently, the past 3 or 4 years, I've probably had maybe 1 or 2 fights a year, right? So that way my body has ample time to heal up and to be prepared for the next fight. I'm spending more time on my recovery than I am actually in the gym training at this point. You know, I have massages twice a week, you know, more ice baths during the day, more physical therapy during the day. And, you know, I've had 6 knee surgeries on my left, 2 on my right, broken both my hands. And that's nothing compared to other fighters out there.
Right.
Had, 13.
Jeez.
You know, he's got almost 30 surgeries. This guy.
He's coming back. He's coming back.
He is. And he's 3 weeks after my fight, and we're training together right now.
Good man.
So, but it is on how you train and how you got to train smart. You got a lot of guys out there still training as they did 20 years ago. Where they step in the ring, it's a full-on fight. They're trying to knock each other out in the gym, and you just can't do that. Can't do that. You know, I remember talking with Forrest Griffin. I asked him if there was one thing you could do to go back and change something. He told me, I wish I had trained smarter. He's like, I didn't lose my chin in the fight. I lost it in the gym.
Yeah.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then I go